Round 7.
Well, you'd have got some odds on this. We're going into the second half of this one.
Yeah, and the way it started in round 1, would you believe we'd be here now?
I started throwing the right hook round the side, and the right hook started connecting. So instead of throwing the left, I switched to the right. So there's a few times he threw a shot, I kind of ride it, right hook. What happens is that their legs start to plant and they start to stay still. So they're now easier. It's an easier target to hit than someone who's moving a lot.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's a big shot, Nick.
Rocked him early out of nowhere. Another right hand as he left himself wide open again there, Whyte, and has paid for it. Now, Joshua's got him in trouble. Whyte backing up.
I line him up with the lead hand and I whip this one round. Boom! It's out of his peripheral vision, so it's coming round. Boom! Lands on the side of his temple. And the same thing that happened to me in round 2, it shook Dillian right down to his boots. And the key to victory there was not giving him a chance to reboot. Keep on sending little viruses into his system. Just left jab here, right hand here, you know. And I just didn't give him a chance for his system to reboot.
Joshua looks like he's in no rush. He's playing the matador in there at the moment.
Oh!
Bludgeoned him with a huge right uppercut. Whyte is down, and I'm not sure he's getting up from that.
This is over, Nick. He's not getting up. No way.
When you're in that ring, you feel someone's aura, you feel someone's strength. So all these punches and pushing and shoving, you're feeling how strong that person is. And it's very draining when you've got someone that's just chasing you around the ring, pushing you, shoving you, punching you, leaning on you. And all you want is like 5 seconds to breathe, and I'm not giving him 1 second to kind of to just kind of regain his legs and get himself together. When the uppercut landed, I knew it was good night, Vienna. I knew it was a good night. The uppercut was peach perfect. The uppercut is stemmed from one of my favorite fighters, Mike Tyson. And I feel like that was one of my favorite punches, and it's done me well.
There's no way he was going to get up in 10 seconds after that shot.
AJ, one of the best finishers in boxing. You know, he smelt blood and he was just unloading. Those kind of knockouts are great to see because you know they ain't getting up.
He beat an undefeated fellow prospect, another guy with a lot of pride, a lot of talent, who didn't know how to lose. So for Joshua to knock him out, it meant something. Yeah, it meant that he is a finisher. He's a finisher on the world-class level.
I don't think I've ever done it before, or I've ever done it again. I ran to the corner and I stood on the edge of the ropes like I was in a wrestling match, and I put my 2 hands up and I was like, yes! Like, it was an important victory. That one was for London. It was just a London fight that was important to me. It could have happened in someone's back garden. All about bragging rights, all about ego. And I came out on top and I was the king of the jungle at that time.
Commonwealth champion, now British champion. Next stop, possibly for this man, the world.
I don't embrace with my opponents after fights. Only Vladimir Klitschko, Povetkin, Ruiz is a humble guy because I don't really get too involved in the emotions of boxing. I don't need any extra friends. I've got a big family. I've got friends that I grew up with. I'm good with that. So I don't need Dillian as an extra friend or anyone else in that matter. They talk a lot of rubbish before the fight, a whole heap of rubbish before the fight. You know, after we beat each other up, then they want to be saying, oh, I didn't mean none of that. You know, you're a great man. I'm just like, shut up. Like, if you didn't mean it, why say it in the first place? After all that, then they talk rubbish about you again a week later in an interview. So what I tend to do is just keep my distance and I don't embrace anyone. We're there to fight, we're not there to be friends. And that's just how I approach my sport.
For me, the thing that stands out is Anthony learned so much from it. You can't go into a fight annoyed. You've got to go into a fight professional, calm, composed, thinking about the strategy. And certainly that's what's happened ever since. He's been right on it.
That was a ruthless finish, absolutely stunning.
I know he thought that fight shouldn't have been as competitive as it was. So I think it was a little wake-up call. Okay, whatever I'm doing is great, but I mean, I've got to step it up a little bit now, you know, because if that was happening at British level, when you go up to world level, you know, you're gonna get found out.
They are the kind of fights that can never be underestimated in terms of what they give you when you move forward in your career. But there's a fine line in boxing where it can go the other way and you can lose. And you may not come back from that defeat. Thankfully, he's won, but he's learned.
The other key that he learned was inside the ring, that not everybody is going to fall over instinctively when they're hit. Not everybody will not hit back. And that second round was key for Anthony Joshua.
The biggest lesson was about recovery for AJ, because that was the first time anybody ever seen him wobble like that. But that's also something that gave him strength to say that, you know, I got caught with a big punch for the first time, and it hurt me, but you know, I stood up.
It did feel that this was the moment that Anthony Joshua became a major star, that this was the launch, really, of Anthony Joshua.
And he is the unified Commonwealth and British heavyweight champion, the fighting pride of the UK, Anthony Joshua.